Hello, I'm Nisha. I'm one of the librarians at Mullins Library, and I'd like to introduce our presentation on how to find articles in the EBSCO databases. This is particularly aimed at the English 1013 students, but the techniques can be used by anyone.
This presentation is about finding articles using the EBSCO databases for English 1013. So I'm going to go in under Top Academic Search Premier. Now it's good to know that we can stack the EBSCO databases together by selecting them either individually or as a group, as I'm doing here. And because I'm thinking in terms of the Henrietta Lacks book, I'm going to put in bioethics and tissue samples, and we'll see what we come up with here. Now, as we scroll down, we see several things that look very promising. So I'm going to do something here because we have several results. I'm going to ask it to limit it to scholarly journals. Peer review just means that experts in the field have reviewed the articles for their content. And then we can look at these. Instead of 28, we have 14. And if you click on the title in the citation, you get to the abstract, which is a summary of the article, and that gives you a better idea of whether or not you want to chase it. Now this is talking about organ donation in Sweden, so I think maybe it's not exactly what we want. So I'm going to go back to the results list. Here's one in JAMA, which is the Journal of the American Medical Association. I'm going to click on that. Okay, so this actually looks pretty good. It's talking about regulation and restriction and ownership and several other things. So now I'm going to hit the Find It button, and that shows us the citation again. It shows us the date and then page numbers and all that. And then there's a link to the electronic content here under the Highwire journals. So we'll click on that, and the article opens, and we can look at it as an HTML file, but I like PDF files because it looks more like the original document. So when we look at this, we can scroll down and see that it is the article in question, and it looks fairly promising. It gives us the names of the authors and their credentials and the abstract again, and then we can look at that and decide whether or not that's the source or one of the sources that we'd like to use. Yeah, from here we could print it using the print icon here. We could save it, as I fairly frequently just save it to a disk or save it to my desktop, or you could attach it to email. One way or another, you could get it that way if you didn't want to print it out right away. And then we can look for some more. I'm going to add this actually to my folder so that we keep a copy of the citation and have it handy. We have a couple of other these. This one looks pretty good. I'm going to add that to the folder too. Okay, I like the looks of this one because part of what the issues are in Henrietta Lacks is the differences in cultural understanding of things. So I'm going to add that to the folder. Go up to the folder and hit Folder View. We can select those items, and we can send them to ourselves as an email. And then also, if we click this citation format, we can change that to MLA. And then when we get the citation, they will be set up as MLA sets up their citations. And that should make things a lot easier when it comes to citing their sources. So I'm going to send this to myself here. We should be on our way. You will want to check the MLA format to make sure that they are just right. Now,
Thank you for watching the presentation. Please keep in mind that there's help to be had at the university libraries by phone, by email, by chat, by texting, and face-to-face.